Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Miss Crochet and Coffee here. And today we're doing a whip and chat. So get out whatever it is you're working on and work along with me. As you can see, I'm working on Just Let It Be by Craftology. That rhymes. So I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Y'all, can we just take a moment and take a deep breath, because it is cold outside. Now, I know you guys are probably tired of hearing me talk about how cold it is outside, but y'all, when you wake up and Mother Nature is just immediately disrespectful to you, and I'm not talking about like just normal disrespectful. I'm not even talking about ninja flakes, okay? I'm talking about, I woke up, and when I wake up in the morning, my phone gives me the weather and the current news, only because it's annoying, because I don't usually watch the news, and it wakes me up. It wakes me up so I can shut it off, because again, I don't do the news. So I'm sitting there and I hear the phone go off, and I'm getting ready to shut it off, and all I hear is, with currently your weather is -15. Immediately, all hope for productivity today goes away. -15, no thank you. No. I debated not sending my kids to school today, because I was like, I am not built for this type of weather. Why do I live here? Because my husband moved me here. That's why. He's built for this type of weather. He is the penguin. I am not. I cannot do cold weather. I hate it. I hate it so much. Oh my God. I had on 3 pairs of pants this morning. I looked like the little kid from A Christmas Story, okay? Forget the kids. I looked like, the kids have like snow pants and their winter jackets and their cool winter hats and everything. I have long johns that I stole from Mr. Coffee, my gigantically long jacket. I had a hoodie underneath my jacket. I had on 3 pairs of gloves, 2 pairs of socks, one being a wool pair of socks over top of my ankle socks, because it was just that cold outside. I luckily have remote start for my car, and that's one of the reasons why I like parking close to the house, so that I can remote start my car, especially on days like today where it's like hellaciously disrespectfully cold. And so I remote started the car. Before we get started, this again is my home Craftology kit that I unboxed earlier today. If you have seen these videos today, it is a 20 by 20 square. This is the square kit. I wanted to try out the square kit because I know there was a couple of people that said that they hadn't had the best experience with home Craftology. I wanted to test the drill quality. Not so much the canvas quality. It's double-sided adhesive. I'm not going to like it. I get that part. I'm not a big fan of double-sided adhesive, and I live in a place where the temperature changes drastically. So that double-sided adhesive is going to bubble. It's going to get rivers. You know, there's not much I can do about that. But to test the drill quality, I got a small kit. And from that, I will then go and take a look at, like, if I like the kit altogether when it's done. I will then think about getting a bigger kit, but I want to test the drill quality, and what better way to do that before spending a bunch of money on a kit and then not wanting to complete the rest of it. Thank you, Becky's Madness for Crafting, for that little, snippet. But before wasting a bunch of money on a bigger kit, let's try a small kit, test out the drill quality. So far, the drill quality in this kit is actually really good. I did learn that apparently sometimes I will not put the drills down like perfectly, and that will cause them to come back up. So I then have to go back and fix them and push things around to make sure that they fit in their little squares. But other than that, I have had 0 issues. I didn't even really kit this up. I literally am working out of their bags. Like, this is, in my tray now, is just 2 bags of this color. And that's how I've been working on this kit. It's so small, I don't feel the need to have to kit it up. That, and I'm lazy, okay? I don't like, raise of hands if you hate kitting up your diamond paintings. Yeah, I see there's a lot. I'm not the only person that hates kitting up. Because then the first thing I think of when I have to kit up a painting is, great, now that's going to be kitted up for the next 6 months because I'm not going to feel like kitting it down. Because instead of kitting it down, what will I do? I will probably go buy another Harbor Freight container. And Lord knows I need another one of those like I need a hole in the head. I probably have about 15 Harbor Freight containers, if not more. And what I do is I will kit up a project and then I won't kit it down. I will just go buy another Harbor Freight. They're $5. So I'm just like, whatever. I'll just, buy another Harbor Freight container. And then I just have a bunch of random drills all over the place kitted up for different projects. So I need to stop doing that. I need to, there's got to be a better way, y'all. There's got to be a better way. Also, someone in my group shared this really interesting looking pen. And it claims it's for diamond painting. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, it is not for diamond painting. But I ordered it. So it said it's a diamond painting pen. And I'm like, no, it's not. They were using it to put rhinestones on a shoe. And I was like, yeah, okay. I paid $30 for it, so it will be here soon. So as soon as it gets here, I will show you guys some of the crap that they try to sell us, telling us it's diamond painting related, when in reality, it really isn't. Yeah, I wasted $30 on an experiment. I'm okay with this. It's for science. It's for diamond painting science. Either way. But yeah, so far I haven't had any trouble out of this kit. This kit is actually working up really nicely. I like the way it's working up. I like doing all this white because essentially I can see the little outline of the little bee right there. Isn't he cute? He's so cute. So yeah. So hopefully you guys had a great weekend. Our weekend was quiet because Maggie wasn't feeling the best. And I would like to say thank you to all of those folks that, wished Maggie well and hope that, all the well wishes and thoughts and prayers. I greatly appreciate it. And I'm sure Maggie does too. Maggie is suffering from an ear infection. Now, I have zero experience with ear infections. My kids have never had an ear infection before. It's just not something that we have ever dealt with before. This canvas is like moving all over the place. It's not something I've ever dealt with before, so I don't have a lot of experience with it. So I can't really be like, oh, well, she has an ear infection. Like, Maggie will tell you her ear hurts all the time, when in reality, her ear needs to be cleaned out. But because she won't always let me clean her ear out after she gets out of the shower, sometimes I just assume that she probably just has like a little bit of water in her ear. So I'll turn her head to the side and wiggle her ear, and then she says her ear feels better. So I'm like, oh, well, it's just probably a little water in your ear. Well, apparently she somehow got an ear infection, and so they had to give her antibiotics. But she is doing great. She is currently, while I'm recording this, at school. She was well enough to go to school this morning. She does still have the sniffles, which, I'm not going to keep her home for the sniffles. But she's doing well enough to annoy her brother this morning. It's her thing. That's what she does in the morning. She wakes up with the mission of, how can I annoy my brother worse today than I did yesterday? And so, and of course, it's that sibling thing where she's looking at him, and all I can hear is, I'm not touching you, so you can't tell mommy. And I'm like, Maggie, why are you doing this? Why? Are you feeling better? And she's like, no, I think we should stay home. And Orion's like, I think we should stay home because the weather outside is just mean, Mom. And I was like, yeah, I know, but you guys got to go to school. Orion just wants to stay home because Maggie got to stay home yesterday. And he's always scared he's going to miss out on something. And he wanted a rematch because we played games this weekend. He still beat me, but for some reason he wanted the rematch. And I'm like, I don't want a rematch. Leave me alone. Let me sit and let me mend my wounds from being annihilated at Uno and Jenga. I trained my whole childhood to play Jenga, and I still sucked at it. And I'm like, what is wrong with me today? Why can't I play this game? We played a few games of Uno and a few games of Jenga, and I was on my C game, not even my B game, because it was bad. He beat me bad, and it wasn't like, oh, well, you let your son. No, Orion's just really good at little games like that. So, he wanted to stay home to do that, and it was funny because when I took him to school yesterday, which would have been Monday, the radio was on, and he heard them say that the high for Thursday is supposed to be 0. And in my brain, I had already been fussing about this. I had just told my dad, I'm like, that's not even a temperature. Like, that's not even a number. And out of the back seat, all I hear is 0. That's not a temperature. That's not even a number. And I'm like, dude, I'm right there with you. I understand, dude. And he's like, this is just disrespectful, Mom. Why do we have to go to school in this? And I'm like, you know what? I don't have a good answer for you, but you have a good day at school, okay? I love you. Bye. Like, I'm not going to let you stay home just because you don't believe that the weather is good enough for you to go to school. You're not going to school outside. You're in a building. Have a great day. Plus, he wears like 3 jackets to school. And I still find it funny that these parents are letting their kids go to school. Now, most of the kids I saw had jackets on. But like no snow pants, no snow boots. There's snow all over the ground. We got snow yesterday. And there's snow all over the ground. And these, like, the one little girl had on, like, not decorative boots, but she had on, like, moccasins almost. And I'm like, where are your shoes? Where are your real shoes? Like, it's, like, cold as all get out here, and you're wearing moccasins. Whatever. So, yeah. So, it's been cold. Extremely cold. Which is why I'm not using my paddywax. Because I know somebody's going to ask. Because of the fluctuating temperatures, it's hard to use it. And here you go, guys. So I was listening to Robin when she said, oh, well, just put it in your bra, put it in your pocket, let it warm up, and then you can use it, you guys. Okay, let me tell you why. I don't know why these things happen to me, okay? So I'm sitting here, and I have the patty wax in my bra, okay? Trying to warm it up. Now, I had it on my heated blanket, but it was getting too warm. So I put it in my bra just for a little bit. Mr. Coffee comes home from work. He goes to give me a hug. I go to put my arms up because Mr. Coffee in his work boots is just a hair taller than me. So I go to put my arms around his neck, and lo and behold, the wax falls out. He goes, what just hit my boot? And I was like, what? He goes, what just hit my boot? So I back away, and we both look down, and he goes, is that your diamond painting wax? Maybe. I can't even be sexy for my husband and give him a hug or anything without something weird and unusual happening. So, like, as I try to give him a hug, the patty wax just falls out, and now he thinks I'm a patty wax dealer or some crap. And I'm like, no, Robin from the patty wax lady told me to put it in my bra. And he's like, what if we were trying to go at it or something, and I go to take your bra off and there's patty wax in there? I'm like, well, you just move it to the side, I guess. I don't know. Like, this is the life of a diamond painter, okay? Like, there's gonna be things in places, you know, we're not gonna question it. And he's just like, do you have any more on you? And I was like, I don't think so. I start patting myself down. I'm like, no, I think that's it. Well, I had some in my pocket, and I went to go lay on the bed because when Mr. Coffee comes home, he'll stretch out on the bed. And so then me and the kids will come stretch out on the bed with him. I go to sit or lay down. Sure enough, patty wax falls out of my pocket. And he goes, what did you do today? And I'm like, dude, look, I swear I don't have any more on me. He goes, we're going to have a talk about you and this Robin lady and the patty wax because why is it every time you move, patty wax falls out of you? And I'm like, it isn't like, I'm not like a dispensary for patty wax. Like, it's not just falling out of there. Like, I just happened to have some in my pocket and in my bra. And actually, I only had it in my bra, and then what happened was I put it in my pocket, and then it fell out of my pocket. And he's just, like, thinking I'm smuggling patty wax, like, cross borders or something. And I'm like, no, I was trying to warm it up because I was going to use it, and that, yeah, that's why I'm not using it today. Because I don't want my husband to come home and think, again, I'm smuggling patty wax. Is anybody else smuggling patty wax right now? Like, I feel like these weird things happen to me for some reason that I just can't explain. Oh, boy. Oh. Does anybody else feel like, as an adult, you get excited over things that you used to get pissed off about when you were little? Like Maggie yesterday, I told her to go lay down and take a nap, and she goes, you go take a nap. Hold up, for real? I I can go take a nap? And she's like, yeah, you go lay down and take a nap. I don't want to take a nap. Okay. Y'all, I got to take a nap yesterday. I don't usually take naps because they make me really grumpy, but I was tired as all get out yesterday, and I was like, heck yeah. And then she came and laid down with me and took a nap with me for a few hours while Mr. Coffee sat out here waiting to go get Orion. I woke up just in time to go walk the dogs because it's during the week. So during the week, I walk the dogs, and then on the weekends, Mr. Coffee walks the dogs, unless something happens, and then randomly Mr. Coffee will walk the dogs during the week, but usually I walk the dogs throughout the week, and then he walks them on the weekends. And so I woke up, walked the dogs, came back, he went and got Orion. Maggie was still asleep, so I went and put her in her bed, and I was like, what can I do today? I taught myself how to make a ponytail beanie with my Centro machine. So I was pretty excited about that. Apparently the dogs are watching the people up the street tow this guy's truck because it won't start. It's weird here in North Dakota because it gets so cold. These guys with these pickup trucks essentially will leave them running from mid-November until April when it starts to warm up outside and you don't have to worry about it getting like frigidly cold. And so it's weird because at night, all you can hear is the humming of engines outside because all the oil field guys leave their vehicles on. And I remember that when I first got here, I was like, dude, aren't they worried that people are going to steal their cars? And they're like, most vehicles out here are tracked. So if they stole it, they wouldn't get very far. Two, nobody's stealing a work truck. And I was like, you don't know that. It could happen. He goes, it could, but it's highly unlikely. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm just saying I wouldn't want to leave my vehicle running for months. I'm like, doesn't that wear hard on the engine and stuff? And they're like, no. He's like, it actually helps them not have to worry about their trucks not starting in the morning, which is what happened to Mr. Coffee this morning. And he calls and he's like, hey, I seen a light on. I see you guys are awake. And I'm like, yeah, I'm getting the kids ready for school. What's up? He goes, oh, nothing. I had to drive the car into work because Mr. Coffee does have a car, but he drives a company truck back and forth to work. And he's like, I had to drive the car in today because my truck won't start. And I'm like, oh, good gravy. Here we go with this crap again. He had the same thing happen last year where his truck wouldn't start and they had to come tow it, fix it, and then he got it back. Problem is this time, if they fix it, he's not getting it back because his truck is past its prime, as they say. So it's going to auction. And so Mr. Coffee will be without a truck, which he's not very happy about, but it's how his job works. In his new position, even though he does a lot of traveling, they don't feel the need that for him to have a company truck, which makes absolutely no sense to me, because if he travels a lot, why wouldn't you give him a company truck? He dang sure ain't going to use his Jetta to go drive machining equipment around, so I'm like, whatever. I guess they'll figure that one out. So, yeah, now Mr. Coffee has to figure out how to get his truck started and either back to work, or he has to essentially have somebody come tow it to wherever they tow it to fix it so they can go to auction. But he's not very happy about not getting his work truck back. Plus, his truck was the last one that was standard, I guess is what it's called. Like a manual. It has stick shift. And he loves stick shifts. And the new fleet that they purchased is all automatics because they kept having too many problems with people lying and saying that they knew how to drive them. And then they would mess up the clutch. So they went to all automatics and he wasn't happy about that. And then they were like, yeah, we're getting rid of yours. And he wasn't happy about that. And then when he found out that they weren't replacing his, he was really upset. So he'll get over it. Either way. But yeah. It's been a quiet week, minus Maggie getting sick and all the stuff that happened yesterday. But again, she is doing better, so thank you all for, your kind words and well wishes. She's doing fine. She's at school. I checked my phone. The school hasn't called or anything. They're usually pretty good with taking care of her when she's at school and she has any issues or anything, so I don't suspect her coming home early. Plus, it always sucks when they call and you have more than one kid in school, and they're like, so-and-so is sick. You might want to come get them from school. And I'm like, well, then if I'm coming to get her, I'm getting Orion too. Because, yeah, I'm not coming to get one and then coming back to get the other one. That's not happening. That's not a thing. Especially with as cold as it is out here. And you're making these kids go and go to school, yeah, no, don't worry though. Because the real feel is below -10, they will not be going outside. The office lady assured me that kids probably won't be going outside for at least the next week or two because of the wind chill being so low. So there's a plus. I don't have to worry about them getting sick from being outside. And even though, like, I don't care what anybody says, even though they have their winter gear, that doesn't mean they can't get sick from being outside in the cold temperatures. Yeah, the cold kills germs, but when they go back into the warm building where all the warm germs are, yeah, that's when you got the problem. And Miss Coffee's a germaphobe, so yeah, no, use that hand sanitizer I sent to school at the beginning and the middle of the year, because don't come home sick. Like, there's always two things I want to tell my kids whenever they leave for school: don't come home sick, don't come home dumb. Because if you come home dumb, then what was the point of me putting on pants to take you to school? I was about to say, I think I'm gonna run out of drills here, and I'm not kidding this up. Like, okay, let me tell you how lazy I am. Let's talk about diamond painting struggles real quick, okay? One, when you have a little snack size kit like this, let's raise you up. This is a 20 by 20, okay? I didn't even measure to see if it was to size a 20 by 20. Let's see, can I find my tape measure real quick? And I'll do that now. I mean, crap, you just saw the unboxing this morning. So, here we go. It's supposed to be 20 by 20. So from glue to glue. Yeah, it's 20 by 20. It's true to size. No, get out of here, Trey. It's true to size. It's 20 by 20. So the drill field is 20 by 20. But when it's this small, I don't worry about kitting it up because it's not going to take me long. Like I will probably be done with this today. So what's the point of me kitting it up? I don't want to kit it up because I'm lazy. There's no excuse for it. I don't care. Judge. I'm lazy and I don't feel like it. I don't feel like I should have to kit up every diamond painting that I work on. So if I don't feel like I need to kit it up and I feel like I'm going to get it completed pretty quickly, I won't kit it up. And yes, this is my 15 placer. We're going to just put that down. And the trick to using these multi-placers, let me show you some biz. Let me show you some biz. The trick to using these multi-placers is take your time. It's not a race. You're not racing anyone, okay? First off, let's just put that out there. You're not racing anyone, so there's no need for you to be like NASCAR racing with your drills, okay? This is not the Indy 500. So, you get the drills on your multi-placer. And as you can see, these are some good quality drills. Like, they're white, so it's hard to see them, but there you go. No knobbly bits. I haven't incurred any knobbly bits, any popping of drills. The canvas did bubble a little bit because of the weather temperatures. Other than that, I had no problems. What I do is I stick that very first drill on the canvas, line it up, and then I slowly put it down. Boom. That's it. You just have to take your time with it. You don't have to rush through it. You're already doing it faster because you're placing more than one drill at a time. How much faster do you need to get through it? Like, slow down. So, again, you just grab your drills. It's been a while since I put wax in this thing, but I don't use it that often. I thought I lost it, and then I realized it was over there. So, I put the first drill down, measure where it's supposed to go, and then I slowly put the rest of it down. Rock it back and forth. Boom. Like, the multi-placers can be scary to use because it's so big, but in reality, it's not really scary. Just take your time with it. So you just place it down. Boom. And then if it happens to go down and it's not straight, then just take your single placer and straighten them up. Because sometimes, a lot of the times that will happen. You'll go to use the multi-placer. I often wonder if these multi-placers are kind of crooked. because sometimes you'll swear you put it down straight and it'll come out zigzag and you're like, what the hell happened? So that, yeah, like that whole section right there. Beautiful. Beautiful. Just take your time with it. Anyways. But yeah, so I was playing games with Orion this weekend. Mostly on Sunday, because Saturday I talked to a few of my friends. So the kids have a free day. Mr. Coffee has a free day where everybody just does their own thing. And I talked to a couple of my friends online while the kids play. Maggie was asleep pretty much the entire time of the weekend because she wasn't feeling well. I thought she was hitting a growth spurt, and then kind of find out, nope, she has an ear infection. Which I'm going to guess is probably a common thing. But my kids never really got ear infections, so I don't know. Put that first one on, and then boom. I'm wiggle it around a little bit because I felt that I put it on the other ones. All right. Okay, so that I had to make sure that entire row was 8s. But yeah, the struggle is real. Like, instead of kitting up a project, instead of kitting down a project, I will just buy more Harbor Freights because I'm lazy like that. And that's just how I roll, I guess. I don't know. I'm lazy. I have no problem admitting this. We all know this. These are things we know. So if I can find a shortcut way of doing it where I don't have to kit up and then kit back down, because the moment you kit up, you got to remember, you're going to have to kit down at some point. Like, it's not going to stay that way. Like, you're going to have to kit it down. And I'm like, I'm not about that at life either. And at this point, unless the drill quality is, like, outstanding, I'm not even keeping the drills. It's a waste to keep them. And it's just taking up space. So we're going to put these here. That, and you got to make sure wherever you're placing your multi-placings that there's that many drills there. Like, I'm going to probably have the white outline to this done before I have to go pick up the kids from school. But I have to clean my house first because it's just getting disrespectful in here. I didn't wash dishes last night, so they're just sitting in the dishwasher. There wasn't enough really to wash them in there, but I also didn't feel like hand washing them. So there was that. So I need to go wash dishes and vacuum and all that fun stuff. I need to go clean Maggie's room. And I think I'm going to con Mr. Coffee into doing it, though. I need to get new toothbrushes for the kids because, as you know, whenever you get sick, you're supposed to change your toothbrush. Now, because they share a cup where they hold their toothbrushes, they're both getting new toothbrushes because the last thing I need is for Orion to get sick off something Maggie had. And I'm still trying to be careful and not rip this paper the whole way off. There we go. I'm going to use our 15 placer up here. So yeah, besides, let's get you out of the business a little bit because I keep knocking you. Besides the slow weekend, I have been playing with my knitting machine a lot. I taught myself how to make a ponytail beanie. Very proud of that because I looked for a tutorial on it. They had one, but not one like the ones that I like to make, so I kind of made up one. And I have to get my 48 needle central machine replaced because apparently it came damaged and I didn't realize it. And they messaged me to let me know that the Centro place message and said that, you know, they always send you like that message on Amazon that if you're happy with your experience, could you please leave us a review? And I'm like, yeah, your review is this, something's wrong with this thing. So I talked to the seller and they were like, yeah, something's up with your machine. Why don't you go ahead and send that back to us so we can figure out what happened and we'll send you out a new one. So my new one should be here. I think it's delayed though because anytime there's, like, you would think North Dakota's never had snow before, but anytime there's snow, everything gets delayed. So it was delayed and it's only like 5 hours away from here. but it gets delayed down in Fargo because they get hit really hard with the weather. They have been too. I'm okay with that as long as they keep it there. So, you know, don't send that my way. Leave it up there because we got the negative temperatures and it's not fun at all. Have you ever tried walking dogs in negative temperatures? The dogs had their snow boots on today. They weren't. Daisy was happy about it because Daisy hates the cold. Daisy's not a big fan of the cold. Killian, I think Siberian Huskies are rated up to negative 60 degrees before they start actually like feeling any kind of effects of cold. But Daisy, she's not about that life. She's not built for tough, so she's just like, I'm going to poop, I'm going to pee, can we go in the house now? Killian's usually the one that you have to fight with to get back inside. And even now, like, he's laying out on the porch, and it's freezing out there. So I'm just like, yeah, nope, not doing it. You can stay out there if you want to. I'm not going out there. It's flipping freezing out there. So, yeah. They had to wear their snow boots this morning. And of course, they're doing that weird walk where they're like shaking their feet, trying to shake the boots off. Daisy did that up until she got outside, and then she realized that she could step on the ground and it doesn't hurt her paw pads. So yeah, because last year it was bad. Like, by the time winter was over, her paw pads were so rough. You know, I got this oatmeal stuff from Chewy.com, and it's like this oatmeal palm balm, as they call it. And it really helped smooth her paw pads back out. But I'm like, I'm not trying to have that happen to you this winter. So whenever it gets extremely warm or extremely cold, I put palm balm on, and then I make them wear the mitt. Because the palm balm smells like food. Why do they make stuff for dogs that smell like food, and then they're like, don't let your dog eat it? Are you serious right now? Like, how am I... The stuff smells so good, I want to try it, okay? And you're trying to tell me to try to get my dog not to eat it? Yeah, good luck with that. Like, I watched Killian try to eat a shoelace, and you want me to get him not to eat the stuff that smells like food? we can try this. It's not going to work, but we can still try it. Okay. So I had to pause because my Schwann's guy came. Now, if you don't know what Schwann's is, it's a food delivery service. They sell really good, high-quality food at a really good, high-quality price. It's expensive as all get out, but they have cheaper chicken on their truck than they do at Walmart, so I buy chicken from them. The Schwann's guy came to ask me if I needed anything because I didn't place my order, like I didn't pre-order anything. He came to ask me if I needed anything, but I'm so lazy and cold. Like, one, I'm still cold from this morning walking the dogs at 8 o'clock. It's 10 o'clock. Okay, oh, no, I lied. It's 11:17 right now, and I'm still, like, cold. And he came up to see if I needed anything, and I just shook my head no because I refused to open that door. No. If I don't have to fill that air, I'm not going to. Like, I plan on taking the dogs and driving them over to the dog park here in a couple of hours and essentially letting them go run around and then bringing them back and then going to sit in the car with the heat on full blast until the kids get out of school, running up, grabbing the kids, and then running and throwing them in the car, coming back to the house and throwing them in the house. Because no, I'm not built for it tough. This isn't the weather for me. We're going to finish off the white because there's only that much left. And I like seeing the little outline. I don't know about anybody else. That's just so satisfying to me, see the little outline. Plus, I only have like 5 bags of white left. What? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, apparently I can't count. I got 8 bags. So we're just going to finish up the white. Does anybody else do this where you work out of bags when you have a small kit and you just don't feel like kitting it up? This way, I won't have to kit it up, and I love it. That, and I'm shocked at the drills, because I heard quite a few people say that drill quality was horrible and that they had popping drills. Now, I have some raised drills, like you see this line of raised drills here and probably a little bit right there. I have the raised drills from where the bubbles are that I couldn't get out, or that I was too lazy to get out. But other than that, I haven't had any popping drills, so that's a plus. Again, everybody has their own experience with these companies, and, you know, this is just my experience I'm sharing with you guys. So we got those on there. But I thought this image was really cute. Boom. And I love, especially since it's a lot of, like, this number 8 is all like color blocking. And essentially this kit's going to work up super quick. Like I expect to have this done today at some point. And there's one extra drill. I didn't feel like kitting it up. I was like, there's no point. I'm going to be done with it in 24 hours. Like, why kit it up to then have to kit it down when I can just work out of the bags, right? Right. And then I'll just take it one symbol at a time, work out of the bags, have it done, start the next one. So by Friday when I go live, I should have the second kit started, and we should be working on the round kit of this. But so far so good for the square kit. No popping drills, no knobbly bits, no nothing. And I'm being super picky with this kit because I want to make sure, because they are a little bit more expensive. And again, Miss Coffee don't mind paying expensive prices if you got good quality. If you don't got good quality and you're just selling expensive prices just because you can, yeah, you should be ashamed of yourself. All right. So let's see. What else happened this week? I don't think really anything else happened this week. It's been a pretty chill week. Oh, I gotta take one of the dogs to get shots. I don't even remember what. You get those little reminders in the mail, and it's like, hey, come bring your dog to get shots. Please don't. It's too cold. Can they just, like, stay in the house and not, you know, get parvo or something? Because, like, you can't get parvo if you're in the house, right? You probably could. But it's that type of cold that all life ends when it's this cold outside. You just don't feel like doing anything. And it's that cold that hits you straight into your bones. And I'm getting older. I am aware of this. Like, I tried telling my sister this yesterday, and she's like, I'm not getting older. Oh, okay, so you're the only person on the planet that's not getting older? Just accept it with... Just accept it. It's fine. She refuses to believe that she's getting older. She thinks that she gets younger by the day, and I'm like, well, you got Benjamin Button disease? What the hell? She's a little delusional, y'all. Don't y'all say a prayer for her. Oh, that's not bad. But just like my knees are starting to bother me. It's so cold outside, and like my jaw starts hurting because of the cold, and I'm like, I am not built for this. This is not my cup of tea. I'm not built for this. I want to go inside now. Like, I'm as bad as the dogs. The kids, they can handle being outside. Maggie doesn't mind being outside in the snow. Orion doesn't either if he's playing with someone. If he's by himself, then yeah, no, that's not happening. But if he's playing with other little kids or something, like I see the little kids out here still outside playing. But on days like today, we actually have a frostbite warning where they tell you that you can't be outside for, you know, more than 10 minutes or frostbite could occur. Never thought I could actually say I would live in a place where you got a warning to not be outside for any extended a period of time because you're going to catch frostbite. And I'm just like sitting here like, I don't want to lose a limb. And usually like I'll take the dogs out for like an extra walk so they go out like 4 times a day instead of just 3. But when it's this cold, no. Yesterday I went to go get Daisy out of the car, and it wasn't as cold as it is today. I went to go get Daisy out of the car, and she jumped out and then jumped back in. She's like, yep, nope, not doing it. I'm okay, I'll hold it. Daisy was not about that life. And the kids, meanwhile, I go get them ready for school. They go outside. They act like it's not even cold outside. And Ryan's like, it's not that bad out here. The wind blew once. And he goes, we should probably hurry up and get in the car now. I'm like, oh, yeah, but it's not that bad out here, remember? And he's like, yeah, we're just going to get in the car now. I'm like, yeah, go ahead, you know, run into the car because, you know, it's not that bad out here. I'm only dying. It's colder than polar bear toes out here. Like, oh, my God, it's so cold. And it's funny because my sister, she lives down south, and she's like, it was like 52 degrees today. It was actually really cold. And I was like, shut up. When you get temperatures like mine, then you say something to me. Until then, you shut your face. And she's like, I don't know how you can stay there. I'm like, I don't leave the house. That's like the biggest tip. And it's funny because I get a lot of people that ask me what it's like to live here. And I'm like, I don't know. technically I live in my house. It's pretty fun in here. There's all kinds of stuff in here. But I'm not going to sit there and go outside and do stuff like and be like a real person. No, I'm a fake person when it comes to snow. I'm not going out there. So yeah, so it's just cold and dreary because the sun doesn't shine very much in the winter time here. And since we get winter like 6 to 8 months out of the year, it's usually pretty like dark. And then of course anytime it goes to like rain, it snows, and then everything is covered. Like we had just got rid of all the snow we got from like 2 weeks ago. Just to wake up this morning that it's all back. And I'm like, gosh darn it. I hate driving in the snow. I have learned how to drive in the snow, but I still hate it. So there's that. I love snack size paintings. They go so quickly. Go. So I think tomorrow, which if you're watching this, you know, later than I put it up, then it'll already be up. But I think tomorrow we're going to do the slideshow of the folks that want their work shown in the Sassy Craft Along. So if you would like your work shown in the Crafty Sass Along, please, please, please make sure to go over to the Facebook group, which is Crafters Anonymous with Miss Crochet and Coffee and Rachel Ray. And there is a post in the group that ask if you would like your work shown in the Crafty Sass Along to go ahead and post it up in there. I won't show the names because I know some people like their privacy, but I will show the progress in the photos. So I will be doing a slideshow of that for tomorrow. I probably won't get out to the P.O. box. I'm going to see if Mr. Coffee will stop by the P.O. box to see if there's anything in there. I highly doubt that there is. I did get some friend mail from Anxiety Art Adventures here on YouTube. She sent me a couple of really, really pretty coloring books. So thank you to Anxiety Art Adventures. She also sent me some paddywax, which was the paddywax that apparently Mr. Coffee thought that I was smuggling. So, thank you also for making my husband believe that, you know, I'm smuggling paddywax in orifices that I shouldn't be smuggling paddywax in. But other than that, I don't expect anything else to come in. Like, no one else has really mentioned that they were sending anything, which is, believe me, it's fine. So if I don't do a full What You Got Wednesday, there will be a separate video for it. If I just have the coloring books to show you guys, I will show you guys the coloring books and then we'll do the slideshow all in one video. But I will show the progress. So if you would like your progress shown, please, please, please either contact me. If you don't have Facebook, contact me on Instagram, which is just Miss Crochet and Coffee, or go over to the group and put your picture in the comment section. And I'm just going to grab all the pictures and make a slideshow with them so that everybody can see the progress. Now, do keep in mind, the Sassy Craft Along is actually going on until March. I'm about to say August. Oh, God, that's a long time. And it's going on until March. So it gives people time that, you know, ordered canvases that are waiting for them from AliExpress and stuff. It gives them time to get them in and start them and start working on them. And I figured that long period of time should get you enough time, unless it's like a huge kit. It should give you enough time to get it, work on it, at least get it like halfway done before it's over. So, yeah. So, thank you to everyone who's been using the tag on Instagram, which is #SassyCraftAlong. I love seeing everybody's progress in their work. There's somebody else doing something about a toilet, too. I don't know who did it, but somebody's working on a project that says something, love your toilet. And I was just like, okay, yeah, I'm definitely showing that one. So, yeah. So, if you would like your work shown, please... Oh, throwing drills everywhere. Please go ahead and find the post on my group or send me a message on Instagram so I can show it. I'm going to do that slideshow tomorrow. But that won't be until tomorrow afternoon. I'm going to probably have another unboxing, I think, tomorrow. I know Thursday I'm going to try to do a try it with me. because I got a beaded cross stitch in. Now, I've never done beaded cross stitch, so we're going to do this together. So here's the little beaded cross stitch. I got this little Pikachu keychain. Isn't he adorable? We're going to try it together. Now, I know how to cross stitch, and I've been thinking about the cross stitch video, and I'm like, I don't really do cross stitch on my channel, so I'm not sure if I want to do a how to cross stitch video. Like, I think, like, I don't know. I'm still debating that one, because it doesn't make any sense for me to do a tutorial on it if I'm not going to be, like, doing it on the channel. I don't know. What do you guys think? Should I still do the tutorial? Because I know a lot of my folks are here for diamond painting. And believe me, if you don't want me to do the tutorial, just say, you know what? It's just not my thing. I wouldn't watch it. It's not going to hurt my feelings, believe me. I'm just trying to gauge where people are at. Because I know a couple of people have started cross-stitching. And I'm like, but there's no point of me being like, pretty much, I do fiber crafts. Like, I like to do fiber crafts. I do like cross-stitching, but I'm mostly a fiber craft girl. So, like, the knitting machine, which I will have the tutorial on the ponytail beanie coming up soon. Thank you to those folks who liked the ASMR video. It was a little weird for me to make because I was trying to be quiet. And trying to be quiet in my house, even when the kids are not home, is a chore. So I'm running around trying to get the dog's collars off because I don't know how. It's always when you're trying to be quiet in your house that everything in your house makes the most noise. Like, the most noise. The dogs have collars with the little rabies tag on it. And it's just one tag. But when they walk around, you would think it's a gosh doggone cowbell. And I'm like, why is it so loud? So, like that. So I'm like, why is it so loud? Like, it sounds like you're in the woofer at a club or something. Like, so I'm like chasing them around. And of course, then you get stuff like this, where you can hear them slurping their water. So essentially, like, while I'm making that video, I'm trying to like gauge where they're at so that I can pause and stop, because I can't, like, I don't want to lock them up, but I'm trying to be as quiet as possible while I'm like working the machine. And a lot of people were like, that noise put me to sleep. So for those folks that don't understand the video, it's a relaxation type thing. It's something that a lot of people, it's kind of like white noise. And to me, it sounds like horse hooves. It sounds like a horse galloping or a train going. So I love that sound. So I was asked to try doing an ASMR with it. And actually, I think I had maybe 2 people from like the crafty world ask me. But one person in particular that asked was actually one of my husband's friends. And so I was like, yeah, I can do that. And yeah, so that's what that was about. Sorry, for some reason I feel like I have to get quiet whenever I use a multi-placer of this magnitude, because I feel like if I'm not quiet, then it won't go down straight. Like, me talking makes my hand shake or something. So yeah, so thank you to those folks that watched the ASMR video. I greatly appreciate it. It was a little weird for me to make, believe me. Like, the dogs are sitting there staring at me like, why are you... There's like yarn everywhere by the time I finished that video, and I had it like all wrapped around my legs, because essentially I would spin it. I would spin it until I couldn't spin it anymore. There was nothing left, or it was time to change colors, and then I would just throw it to the floor like I normally do, and then I would just keep going. And I can row that machine for about 15 minutes at a pop before my arm starts getting tired. And so that's what all the pausing and breaking and stuff in that video was. Is essentially after 15 minutes, my arm would get tired, or I would see a noise about to happen. Like, there was a guy walking to his truck in the middle of the video, and I know he has a loud truck, so I had to pause to wait for him to get in his truck and leave. So yeah, because he's one of those guys that likes to rev his engine before he, like, pulls off. He has to rev to make sure everybody knows that he's leaving. So I would have to pause for that and stuff, and it was interesting to make. And the fact that anybody watched it, honestly, I was just like, hold up, for real? Y'all actually didn't mind that? It was something new. And every once in a while, it doesn't kill people to try something new. So for those folks that were like, I don't understand it, I even put down in the description box that if it doesn't do anything for you, watch it on double speed. Watch the colors. My favorite part about that video is fast forwarding through it and watching all the colors. Now, I can't see all the colors, but I like to imagine what some of them look like, the ones I can't see anyways. But I did enjoy making that video, so thank you to the folks that actually watched that video. It was a lot of fun to make, and my arm is a lot stronger for it. And that's a lot of head wraps, because essentially that's all I ended up doing. I just ended up making all the tubes that I did, which I think was like 5 or 6. I ended up making them into head wraps. I need to get them out in the mail, but they won't get out into the mail until next week, unfortunately, because that's when the weather is supposed to be a little bit nicer. And no offense to the folks that are waiting for me to send them one out, because I did tell a couple of people I would send them one, but I'm not going out there right now. I'm not doing it. Can't, won't, nope. Not doing it. I did it last week, but it wasn't nowhere near as cold as it is now. Like, even over here on my Echo, it's flashing all negatives. And it has a little exclamation point that lets us know that we're not supposed to be outside for longer than a couple of hours. Or not a couple hours. Longer than a couple of minutes without, frostbite setting in. And I don't know if you've ever even had the beginning stages of frostbite. Like, have you ever gone outside and then you come back inside from the cold and your hands hurt and it feels like your blood is, like, on fire almost? That's the beginning stages of frostbite. And so now imagine that all over your face, your neck, your hands, your legs. That's what it's like here if we stay outside longer than 5-10 minutes in this weather. So even walking the dogs, I can't walk them because the walk alone is 5 minutes. Letting them run around and play is at least 10 minutes. And then walking back is another 5 minutes. So I would literally be outside for what, 20-30 minutes? And I'm not trying to get frostbite. Like, there's no way in hell. And I don't even like going to sit in the car to wait for the kids in this weather. But I at least can crank the heat up and I don't have to get out of the car. Like, I can just roll up, grab the kids, and go. Like, technically, I do get out of the car when it's not too cold. Like, I'll just pull up at my little spot across the street and then wait for them to start coming out of the building, and then I'll go wait for them. But lately, I've been actually just driving up to the actual school and parking and waiting for them to come out of the school. Because, again, I'm not about that life, folks. And it's so nice to not feel like I have to rush home to get the good parking spot because the lady upstairs is being a douche that day. So I've had my good parking spot and the one next to it every time I've come home. So that anxiety attack that I would have every day trying to get home in time is no longer there. It's so nice. But the cold weather, it does something to my brain. I'm telling you, it makes me slow or something. Like, I feel like I can't get anything done. I feel like nothing's getting done in a timely fashion because it's so cold outside. And especially when it comes to walking the dogs, I will procrastinate and do everything else and wait until the very last minute and then get mad at myself because I waited until the last minute to go walk the dogs. But I don't want to go out there. I don't mind the cold, but this is just disrespectful. Like, this isn't just any everyday cold. Like, this is just straight up disrespectful. And the fact that, like, people work in this type of weather, like, there are guys right now out on rigs working in this. And I'm like, there is no way in the world you gotta have me working in this and I have to touch metal. My big thing is I don't want to touch metal outside. I don't want to do it. I always had this thing in my head because when I was little, this guy dared my brother to, it was like, I don't know. It was pretty cold outside. It was like 30-something degrees outside, I want to say, because there was snow on the ground. And it was light, fluffy snow. And I think it's when we lived in Kansas. Some guy bet my brother that he wouldn't lay on this sheet of ice or this sheet of metal without a shirt on. And my brother did. And his back, oh my God, no. That's what I think about every time it gets cold outside. I'm like, touching metal outside right now, there's no way in the world. I would get fired from my job. Like, no. And there are women that work in the oil field And I tip my hat to them because there's no way I could work around all those guys. No, can't do it. No, guys are gross. Two, they only have porta potties, and I'm sorry, my lady's stuff will not be anywhere near a porta potty. I can't do it. Trying to make sure those drills are straight. Look at that, we almost got all the 8s done. Open up another bag of drills. I probably won't even need all these. But this one had the most symbols, so we're going to use up those. We're going to try to finish up these 8s. So let's see. So we have to try it with me on Thursday. I did order a kit from Crystal Art, which is that diamond painting company with the rhinestones. I do have an unboxing for them coming, so look out for that. To try it with me with the beaded cross stitch. I'm not sure if I mentioned it, but somebody in my group put up this post about this supposed new diamond painting tool that you essentially put diamonds in, and you can like essentially lay them down all at once instead of having to stab and grab. And I was like, oh yeah, that's probably not what that is for. But it claims it's a diamond painting tool. So I went ahead and purchased it. So it should be here in the next couple of weeks. So we're going to test that out, because I'd rather waste my $30 than for you guys to waste yours and then find out that it's just another crap product that they're trying to pass off like they did with that stupid denture cleaner that everybody thought was a drill cleaner, and it wasn't. It was just a denture cleaner. Yeah. So I have that coming. No, stop moving around, pen. And then I will be live this Friday. This Friday live, I will be going live for a cause. So we're drilling for a cause this weekend. If you guys know Shine Like a Diamond, her daughter, they just lost her daughter's service dog right before Christmas. So they're looking to get a new service dog, which, as you guys probably know or don't know, is very expensive. So she's been, like, sales to her shop and stuff have been going towards the hopes of being able to buy her daughter a new service dog, because her daughter has diabetes. I'm not 100% sure the type. I want to say it's type 2. It might be type 1. Again, I'm not 100% sure. But we're going to go live Friday to try to help raise some money for her, and I will have all her information in the live in the description box, and I will have my mods doing that. It's pretty much going to be one of those things where I'm going to ask not for people to not super chat and for them to donate to Shine Like a Diamond so that her daughter can get her service dog, because being a child and having to deal with that disease can't be easy, and especially losing your friend in the process that helped you with it. I wanted to do something nice to show my support, so I'm going to do a live stream and see if we can help raise some funds for her to hopefully get a new service dog. But yeah, I think that's all we have going on this week. You shouldn't get a video Saturday and Sunday, not unless something major happens. And then for those folks that missed it, Mindful Monday will be back first thing Monday morning, and it will be adult coloring. I was planning on doing it this week, and then somebody asked for the ASMR video, and I was like, oh, okay, I'll just do that this week. So, yeah. And I would also like to say thank you to all my new patrons. If you didn't know, I have started my Patreon. There are 4 different tiers. There's $5, $10, $15, and $20 tiers. It's you pick which tier you want to go with, and have at it. And for each tier is something different. So for like the $10 tier, you get your name recognized in a video at the end. For the $15 tier, you get extra video at least one extra video a week. And then for the $20 tier, you get a live stream with me at least once a month, where it's just you, me, and the other people that participate in that tier. So it's been a lot of fun. We did our first live stream a couple of days ago. We do it on Wednesdays. It was a lot of fun. So thank you to those Patreons that joined me for that live stream. I greatly appreciate it. But with that said, folks, I should probably get going. I do need to clean up my house because good God. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this Wip and Chat and you got some work done. If you are new to the channel and would like to see more random crazy videos just like this, please feel free to hit that subscribe button and the bell to be notified anytime I randomly decide to put up a video. And believe me, it's random. With that said, folks, I'm now going to have to bid you adieu. Not before I remind you, like I always try to. Be kind.